Everybody, Mike from Wrestling Then Now. Thanks so much for checking out the George South interview clips. George South, man, guy's been everywhere. The guy's done everything, and now he's got his own action figure. To pre-order until December 10th, your George South action figure, go to shamtheman73 at gmail.com. That's SHAMTHEMAN and the number 73 at gmail.com. Support one of the good guys. Support a true legend in pro wrestling, George South.
Talk to me about wrestling the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Buddy, let me tell you that to this day, I'll tell you how special that is. I think the last time I was in a ring with him, maybe 30 years ago. And wrestling fans still, and it blesses my heart, they still come up to me and talk about that. This past weekend in South Carolina, a young man, well, he had his son with him, but a man come up to me and never met him in my life. And he told me at my little, gimmick table, I was selling some stuff. He said that I remember sitting on my dad's lap watching you against Ric Flair on TBS. And Ace, I don't care who you are, man. That gets at your emotional strings, buddy. Absolutely. And his dad had passed away years ago, but he said, I'll hold on to that memory forever. And we laughed. He said, my dad thought you were going to win. And I said, I thought I was too. But wow, what a memory. So
that's great.
Flair, for some reason, he took a liking to me. And we didn't talk to the guys back then. I didn't even know. Ric Flair didn't say one word to me before the first time I ever wrestled him. Mm-hmm. When I saw him first was when we were in the ring, and he's standing over there with 10 pounds of gold on, and then they rung the bell. So it's either time to put up or shut up. And Flair was in such great shape.
Right.
I remember we went to a commercial break, and I thought, gosh, please let him grab a hold and, rest. And he didn't. I was trying to tell him, hey, we're in a commercial break. Can you just grab a headlock? But he was in such great shape, and it was unbelievable. And so I just always knew my job, Ace. I've seen a lot of guys over the years get in there with Rick or, Ronnie Garvin or somebody, and for some reason they thought that Rick and him was there to put them over.
Right.
And that didn't turn out too good.
Right.
And then just got to where Rick, he nicknamed me Ricky Steamboat as a joke, and it just took off. I think because I was so blowed up. I was like the opposite of Ricky Steamboat. But, man, for people to still talk about that all these years later, man, it's pretty special.
Yeah.
But he's the man. He was the best. There'll never be another world champion that wrestles 360 days a year. Never.
Very true.
And for him to be able to do that, and it wasn't just the traveling alone that many days a year had to be crazy for him. But it didn't matter who he worked, whatever town. I tell my students, though, Ric Flair was in a different town every night defending that belt, but it doesn't mean the guy he was in the ring with knew what he was doing. So Rick carried a lot of those guys, and it's just I always think highly of Rick. He was the best.
Tell me the website for your wrestling school.
It is George South, old school. It's georgesouth.com, my friend. And people say, well, it can't be that simple. Yes, sir, it is. They can go to georgesouth.com and of course, email me. It's got all of my books. I wrote a couple books I'm very proud of, and they can email me there about my school. We try to keep it updated, with the shows coming up. And that they can find me about my school, autograph signings, whatever. It'll come straight to me, and man, I'll get right back with them.
Are you on Facebook?
Yes, sir. I sure am. And it's funny. because there's a million. I don't know who's got time to do all this, but there's a lot of fake. If you can believe it, I laugh about it. There's a lot of fake George South pages. But the one of me, I've got a new grandbaby, and they'll know it's me because they'll know it's me. I've got my grandbaby's picture all over it.